and welcome to Have I Got News for You? I'm Anne Widdecombe. In the news this week, as she pops out of the office for a sandwich, there's evidence that all that walking she's done with the Ramblers Association has finally taken its toll on Janet Street Porter. And with the world's deadliest spider still on the loose, police interview 7 of its victims in their hospital beds. Some good news at last. As the bungling child benefit official goes into hiding, the Inland Revenue announced that they may have found a suitable replacement. On Ian Hislop's team tonight is a prolific stand-up comedian, of whom a recent reviewer wrote, "This smarmy presence has graced many a fifth-rate game show, and we are truly grateful for that." Please welcome Jimmy Carr. And with Paul Merton tonight is the former bass player with Blur, who told the Daily Mail, "Fresh socks every day and a nap in the afternoon are what I crave now. I also enjoy a trip to Chipping Norton, where I buy sellotape. Whoa, rock and roll." Please welcome Alex James. So we'll start round 1, and it's Ian and Jimmy.
Right, good. It's the eagle from the Muppets.
This is ID theft. No spin with Gordon, obviously.
Who uses a disc? Put it on a toggle. Northern Rock are doing well. Look at the queue.
That's the child benefit till. Yeah, that's someone pretending to be the Chancellor, not doing a very good job. It's not been a good week for him, has it?
Not brilliant. As far as I can understand it, they've lost a disc containing all the names and addresses of people.
2 discs.
2 discs. But
Really?
It's a phone book. It's nothing.
Details of 25 million people on 2 CDs.
On 2 CDs?
But you can only get 4,000 songs on an iPod.
I'm having a dream here. Firstly, you're accusing a man from Blur of not being rock and roll enough. And then you're telling us what you can do on an iPod.
Well, don't you know?
Have I got the wrong Anne Widdecombe? Is there an ID theft? Someone's pretending to be you. I'd watch out.
How did the Mirror portray Alistair Darling, who had to announce it? Perhaps we might have a look. Even as a serial killer, he's a bit dull, isn't he? OK, so what happened to the official who posted the data?
No one knows. He's been mislaid.
His information is on one of those discs, and unfortunately we haven't got those.
I think he's currently in the internal government post. Could be anywhere, literally anywhere.
According to the Daily Mail, he's at a safe house and his identity is being protected. So who has, in all of this, done the honourable thing?
Steve McLaren.
Somebody's resigned, haven't they?
Yes,
yeah, a man
who's
called
that?
Paul Gray.
Paul Gray, who's he?
He's head of Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs. It used to be Revenue and then Customs, and then someone had the brilliant idea of putting them together on the grounds it would be more efficient. That somebody was Gordon Brown, amusingly. And anyway, it's turned out not to be. But no one does this in public life. He's said, "I take the blame, I resign."
And according to The Independent, he will keep his pension. But Number 10 said he would not be receiving a special resignation package because it was lost in the post. What made the error worse?
There was also other stuff on the discs. Compromising photos of Alistair Darling.
Not that I know of. Try again.
All right.
Quite harsh. Suddenly it's tough love on this quiz.
We lost a football as well.
That's got nothing to do with it either.
The package wasn't registered.
Well done, sir. The package wasn't registered.
Would that really have been enough, though?
No, because the data on the CDs was unencrypted.
It's got a password on
And
it.
according to the
Shall I
Daily
tell
Mail...
you what it is?
You know it, Ian?
Yeah.
What is it?
Widdy.
Right.
Just type it in.
And what do you get when you type it in?
Everything.
Dream on.
sure dream's exactly the right word I would have picked.
I was thinking more of the names of your cats. What are they called?
Arbuthnot.
You call the cat Arbuthnot?
Arbuthnot.
Is it like a northern thing? Arbuthnot.
It's just very easy when you're calling the cat in. Arbuthnot.
If she says that and looks you right in the eye, you fall in love. It's amazing.
You can dream on too. Right. Apart from...
We seem to be on Britain's Got Talent.
So you say
Right,
we
now,
should have gone for a guaranteed overnight delivery, special delivery?
No, I think we're coming back to these
guaranteed overnight.
CDs. They weren't encrypted.
He was asking a sensible question, don't get shooty with
Would
it.
that have been all right?
I determine what is sensible.
Not
Now,
necessarily.
Oh, we're in for the night tonight, aren't we,
we
then?
certainly are.
One pasta advert,
According
and I'm
to-
afraid she's got rather above herself.
According to the Daily Mail.
That sounded like you calling your cat in, then, didn't it?
I've never yet called a cat Daily Mail.
You might get sponsorship if you did.
It'd be a
Anyone-
good name for a cat that was scared of asylum seekers.
None of my cats are associated with wild headlines.
Stop flirting and get on with it.
Do you know how long I've been trying to get on with it for?
Is it about 60 years?
The Telegraph found a partner in a law firm, Sean Williams, who regularly receives confidential information from the Inland Revenue. Can you tell me what he said?
Thank you. Very well brought up.
He said he regularly receives information on a CD from them. When asked if it was password protected, he said yes, it was, but the password was often written on the CD itself. Actually, on Thursday, someone claimed to have found the CDs. Anyone know where they turned up?
No, do you?
No, wake up on this side. Where did they turn up?
I've been fully awake ever since you walked into the building. Because I love you.
Haven't seen...
You are one of the Spice Girls, aren't you?
Which one did you have in mind?
All of them. What was the answer?
HMV?
eBay.
Ah, you're awake. eBay.
I keep thinking you're Ruth Kelly, that's my problem.
Let's have a look at it on eBay. As we
Yes.
can see, one careless owner. However, they immediately launched a helpline for anyone who's concerned at the leak of personal information. That was the good news. What was the bad?
We had to call up and give your name and address. If anything, you're making matters
I
worse,
expect you
really.
do have to do that. but-
I'm worried about someone having my name and address. Who are you? Where do you live?
Any takers on this side?
No.
You're being paid for being on this programme. Would you please
Yes.
make a bit of an effort?
Yeah.
Which piece of government legislation does this put paid to?
With any luck, it puts paid to ID cards.
Correct.
Because the idea
No,
that you
you're
should...
winning. Correct.
Don't worry about any of the jokes this evening.
Yeah.
Just let's go for the points, and then
Okay.
and then we can crack on. We'll be out of here by 9:30.
Yeah.
The ID cards thing I've always found bizarre, because presumably you go to the post office to collect your ID card and say, I'd like an ID card, please. Have you got any ID?
You say not on me, and they say, all right, we'll put it in the post.
Do you wish to speculate on this?
No, I couldn't give a one way or the other.
What do you know that's interesting about Paul Gray?
What do I know that's interesting?
About Paul Gray.
If only you hadn't said about Paul Gray.
No, but I am saying about Paul Gray.
It could have been a hell of a show.
No, it's about Paul Gray. He has a flock of Wensleydale sheep.
What's weird about that?
Do you have a flock of Wensleydale sheep?
I think so.
Now that is rock and roll. Have you got a flock of sheep? I don't know. They could be anywhere.
What else has made this a bad week for Darling?
Northern Rock, he had to announce...
Well done.
Can someone explain? You might be able to explain this to me. Northern Rock. How are they in trouble and people like Ocean Finance are fine? Who were they lending money to that was a worse credit risk than those fellas in the ads? They
Each
made
other.
It so easy. Northern Rock should get onto Ocean Finance.
Or Carol Vorderman. You think they could consolidate the whole thing into one loan?
Yes. It's for a new car, yeah. Yeah, no, 4 billion. I do own my own house, yeah. No, not for long.
It's 24 billion and it's our money. It's going to go right down the Swanee.
That's right. How is Gordon Brown planning to beef up the government in the summer?
Is he getting Fiona Phillips?
Yes.
As an advisor?
Yes. What do TV presenters know about politics?
About as much as politicians know about presenting television shows.
I was quite surprised I had to count up to 5 before you came back with that one. All right.
We'll have to do more than count to 5 to see you back here again.
How is
Do you take that as a joke?
Even if it wasn't meant.
I tell you what, why don't we talk about the Lib Dems for a bit?
Because they're irrelevant.
Well, that's true. But what was the really bad news for Nick Clegg this week?
He died.
Did you start asking him questions and you got a bit... you got a bit cross?
No, he's not a member of the government. I don't ask him questions.
Oh. Good on you.
Yeah. It was that he has the support of...
Take off your glasses, you're beautiful.
Come on. Will you concentrate on Mr. Clegg? He has the support of Ian, come on.
OPEC.
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 That's right.
Well, OPEC, a lot of major oil producers are very keen on Nick Clegg. No, Obit Lemsip, who's one of the top libs. He's like the kiss of death. If he supports you, you lose. In all the Lib Dem elections, he's chosen the wrong one. And as soon as Obit says, you're my man, you just go home. So he's going for Clegg, which means Hoon will win.
Indeed, with the disappearance of personal data concerning 25 million people, it's been another bad week for Alistair Darling. Some people are saying it may be the fault of the former Chancellor, but Gordon Brown subtly indicated who he thinks is to blame. Paul and Alex.
Oh, this is about social security scroungers. They've been married for 60 years, never had a proper job between them. They claim palace benefit.
They're going to be the new face of Asda.
Yeah. Hello. Sad fools. The Queen and Prince Philip have been married for 60 years, despite his infidelities.
I think it's marvellous.
Yeah,
I
he
think
thinks
it's
it's marvellous.
absolutely marvellous.
Yeah.
You know, it shows that things are getting more gentle, and they'd all have been beheaded in the past.
I feel quite sorry for Philip, because he has to get her something, he has to get her a diamond on the diamond anniversary, doesn't he?
You've got to get a diamond bigger than the Koh-i-Noor, haven't you? Which they don't do at
You can make them now,
Asda's.
though, in particle accelerators.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah. Yeah, you should call
Great fun.
call the Rutherford Appleton Laboratory.
Exactly, they'll be the
They'll
first
run
people
him
to
one
do it.
up.
Is that what you do at Christmas?
Yeah.
I'd love to do that at Christmas.
OK, can I call you back? Tell me anything about their wedding cake?
The cake was the largest wedding cake that had been made in Great Britain up to that point.
Good. How high was it?
675 feet.
No, 9.
High, 620 feet high.
9 feet high,
They
yeah.
had to hide the Germans in it.
Yeah. There's a lot of his sisters married high-ranking Nazis. Or one did, anyway.
They weren't invited to the wedding, the sisters.
No.
No.
It's a bit embarrassing.
Yes.
That's why they put them in the cake. Yeah. They popped out as a surprise. Guten Tag!
I'm not quite sure they did that arm gesture just after the war, but I know what you're thinking.
And why did silkworms cause trouble in 1947?
Why did silkworms?
Silkworms, yeah.
Because they ate through her undergarments.
No. Don't go down there. It didn't happen.
I'm not going to go down there. She's a married woman.
And old enough to be your grandmother.
Yeah, but think of the bragging rights. Every time someone got out a tenner, you could go, I've had that. Amazing. I'm just saying I would.
Any ideas why silkworms might have proved a problem?
Silkworms, well, the silkworms attack silk, so presumably there wasn't enough silk in the dress. They had to keep the silkworms away.
No, you're way off.
No, they couldn't get real
No,
worms.
they make
it was
silk.
a war.
So were there
they
not
had to
enough?
make them out of silk.
Sorry, Alex.
Well, you're both wrong, so you needn't worry.
Well, you can give him the courtesy of listening to him.
Why do I want to listen to a wrong answer?
Well, you're in the Tory party most of your life.
Well, actually, it is fairly obvious if you think about it hard. Where do silkworms come from?
Silkland.
OK, where's Silkland? Go on.
What do you mean, where's Silkland?
It's next to World of Leather.
The issue was that the silkworms had to be friendly. Therefore, they had to come from China, not Japan or Italy.
Ah.
Now, the couple received 2,500 gifts from
Yes.
around the world.
Yes, including a U-boat.
No. They did include 131 pairs of stockings,
Really?
500 tins of pineapple chunks,
Who got the Queen pineapple chunks? That's an amazing... And no gift at all is nicer than that on a wedding, isn't it? I'll get some pineapple chunks. Good luck.
who accompanied the couple on their honeymoon. Shall I give you a clue?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, oh.
The Queen Mother.
Duchess of York.
No, it was the Queen's first corgi, Susan.
As opposed to Sarah.
The royal couple attended a service of thanksgiving at Westminster Abbey. But who else? Think hard who might have been at the celebrations looking happy.
The Munchkins.
No, actually...
Prince Charles.
No, it was Gordon and Sarah Brown. And meanwhile, what were David and Samantha Cameron doing just behind them?
Pocket battleships.
Let's see, shall we? What do you mean, oh, that was in a church?
What's the matter with that?
Everything. The royal couple then travelled to Malta, where they had lived as young newlyweds. The visit obviously created a lot of media interest, as we can see.
The Queen and the Duke certainly do seem particularly at ease here. It was the Duke himself who decided that they should spend the actual day of their anniversary on Malta for this very private and happy romantic gesture.
I like that guy.
He has the uncanny ability to look up at people as if they're odd.
That was the diamond wedding anniversary of the Queen and Prince Philip. The two royals revealed the secret of a happy marriage. Hundreds of servants. There was an awkward moment
I
at
don't think he should be
breakfast.
sleeping with all of them.
You think marriage depends on servants? I'm going off you.
So why is it that you bid so much to have tea with me?
This is true, but did I actually have tea with you?
No, you paid not to have it with me.
It's a very wise investment. I'd like to get involved in that scheme.
Right, can we go back to the awkward moment at breakfast? When
Not publicly.
It's the walk of shame the next day when you've got the same twin set on.
when the Queen said how much she was looking forward to her anniversary. At which point Prince Philip went white and rushed off to the nearest Texaco to get some flowers. But among the royal guests celebrating was Princess Anne. The Queen complimented her on her hat, while Prince Philip took a pot shot at it. Buckingham Palace released a list of facts about the wedding, including the surprising news that the Duke of Edinburgh had 2 stag parties. He shot 6 on the first and 10 on the second. The Mirror reported Gordon Brown, Baroness Thatcher, and Sir John Major were at the Abbey. So, some of this country's finest prime ministers, and Gordon Brown.
John Major.
So, at the end of that round, you have, though I don't quite know how, 2 points each. Round 2. Widdy's World of Spin. Fingers on buzzers, teams, for the first spinning clue. Paul.
Somebody has found a fossil of a 8-foot-tall shrimp that lived a long, long time ago. Or was it a prawn? Something like that. It's got giant claws. They found the fossil of its claws and have been able to extrapolate from the claws the height of its... And it was about 8 foot tall.
What's special about it?
It's 8 foot tall.
So you're saying what's special about an 8-foot-tall scorpion? Is it magic? Did it vote Tory?
It's the largest arthropod known to science.
Really?
Yes.
Arthropod would be a good name for a cat for you.
How do you...
Is it just the claws you can eat, or can you eat the...
Rest of it.
I didn't
legs and
try eating
tail?
any of it.
But you are confirming you're that old.
Moving on to other news relating to water-dwelling creatures. What is the meaning of this?
It's a sign saying that taking carp, I believe, out of the rivers, if you are an Eastern European, and this is your tradition in the run-up to Christmas, you shouldn't do it. So it's a sign saying, don't steal the carp.
What does this sign mean?
He's running.
Right. So don't run and...
And steal carp.
Don't try and run while carrying a large fish.
You're putting an interpretation of that sign that may not be true. It may be a sign to saying to fish, look, if you want to go out for a walk, get someone to grab you, and then you can go out for a walk. It might be about that.
What do you suppose would happen to a fish that was taken for a walk on dry land?
Oh, I don't know.
No, no.
Do you think it might die?
But not something that a fish would like, I think. Right, what's this, please? This next one?
Don't put a small fish on top of a paracetamol.
Because it'll still be damp and it'll fizz slightly.
This is saying don't cook it. Don't
Good.
steal the fish, don't run away with it.
And don't...
Basically, leave the fish alone. Hasn't done you any harm, just leave it!
Right, OK. What are people supposed to do with the fish?
I told you!
Well, actually, according to the Daily Express, they're supposed to abide by Britain's catch, then release policy.
This is a general policy.
Which I thought was the Home Office policy on foreign criminals. And why is Britain's catch, then release policy causing problems elsewhere?
A lot of cod.
Good!
Are being fished out and then
You're
just
doing
chucked
so
back
well.
again.
You're doing so well.
Yes, I'm very interested in fish.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is this going to be like sort of Mary Poppins, where you're really strict at the beginning, and then we grow to love you as you... like bedknobs and broomsticks, where, like, she's like, you're a firm hand. You're a bit like Super Nanny.
If you remember, what happens in Mary Poppins is that the children improve as well.
Oh, whip the glasses off.
Not
But
immediately.
then the Nazis come.
Well, they could get re-elected, you never know.
So this is indeed the discovery of an 18-inch fossilised claw, which scientists believe belonged to an 8-foot scorpion. The terrifying creature was depicted looming over a man in the Daily Mail. Although when the two of them posed for the mirror, they were a bit more friendly. And by the time they got to The Guardian, the man was totally relaxed about the whole thing. Fingers on buzzers. Who was that? It was Ian.
It's you. Oh, I know. Is this the...
Oh, well done.
Leave it there, don't say anything else. We know and we claim our point. Move on.
OK, I think I'd better tell you.
Yes.
It's the Waker-Upper, which is the winning entry in the final of the National Wallace and Gromit Cracking Ideas competition. Loud music and repeated thumping on the head and ice-cold water keep the wearer awake when bored.
Where can I get one?
One of the runners-up in the competition was an invention to make watching TV a more relaxing experience. What did that involve?
Showing TV in slow motion.
Well, that might work, but according to competition organisers, extendable hands massage your face, while drinking straws are attached to an old builder's hat. Sounds like a night out at Spearmint Rhino, doesn't it?
You're still working part-time there, are you?
Oh, I would love to see that.
No, you wouldn't.
How did the Tories fare on the polls? Not great.
That was indeed the waker-upper.
Right.
The winning entry in the final of the National Wallace and Gromit Cracking Ideas children's competition. On their website, the BBC asked children, what cool thing would you invent? Well, how about a machine that stops lazy journalists constantly using the word cool to try and impress young people? Booyakasha. You know, I haven't a clue what that means. Another wacky idea this week came from Paul McCartney's strange wife. I'm sorry, estranged wife. To save the environment, she suggests drinking the milk of rats. Adding, well, why don't we try milking cats and dogs? Well, I suppose it makes a change from milking a beetle. And place your fingers on your buzzers, please.
It's a football that's deflated.
Yeah, and that's why we lost, because we were practising with that. It's a totally different game when it doesn't have air in it.
So what did go wrong, Ian? I mean, apart from Scott Carson's howler and the lone front man clearly lacking support from the midfield, what did go wrong?
Well, I have to say that's a very good analysis. I mean, we started off playing, what, 4-3-3, rapidly turned into 4-5-1, only Crouchy up front, nods it down, they clear it away. Very little we can do. McLaren about halfway through, too late, bring on Beckham. No good at all. Good cross, straight in, but what happens? Defence fails again, boom, 3-2, failure.
What words of consolation did David Beckham offer afterwards?
I've no idea. I have no idea what happened.
Right, you know over there?
Yes.
What's
Goodbye.
the answer? Probably, but what did he say after that?
He said we were very unlucky. If we'd won the matches that we'd lost and we'd lost the matches we'd won, we would have won what we had lost and we'd lost what we would have won.
No, I don't think he would have quite managed that.
No. He was being coached from the side.
Anybody know what he did say? Something very philosophical.
Was it... Oh, well, it would be with England. You lose some, you lose some.
A bit more philosophical.
Did he say we only lost on goal difference?
No, what he actually said was, there are more important things in life than football, especially if you're a billionaire already.
It's not really the attitude, is it?
What, from him or me?
No, from him, yeah. You're fine, I don't blame you.
What, for the loss of the football? I should think not. Right.
Isn't that what was wrong, though? Wasn't the theory that the Croatians don't get paid very much, but
They do.
quite
It cost me
want
a
to win?
fortune to get my kitchen done.
Why was the pitch mud?
They played an American football match there about a month ago and it was very bad conditions then and the pitch hasn't recovered.
Well, they're going to do a ploughing match there next year.
The monster trucks are in next week. We're going, we can't believe it. It's going to be...
BBC pundit Ian Wright's son played in the match. What did Wrighty have to say?
Couldn't believe it.
No, what he might have
Did he
done...
say, we've taken it...
Oh, yes! Yes.
I just read it off there, I'm not...
Actually, Anne, we don't need you. All the answers
No,
are...
that's right. You've only just worked
Guess
that out.
40s, would you love?
He said, we've taken a turn to negative town, man. Booyakasha. But what hope of sporting success did the Star hold out for its English sports fans?
Is it nude volleyball? The
No.
Star?
Show jumping.
Show jumping, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, show jumping.
Have you ever seen a copy of the Daily Star? Yeah. Their show jumping correspondence, very good.
That means you're a regular reader, does it?
Of the Daily Star?
Yes.
Yeah, I often read the Star.
You do?
I like the tabs, yeah.
Yeah. What'd you get out of it?
Normally an erection.
I only ever get a CD of country music. That's the other. I've got to change my paper, haven't I?
And while we're on the subject of football, Alex,
Yes,
weren't
Yes.
you responsible for a football song called Vindaloo?
indeed.
Let's have a look at the lyrics and what you sang. Vindaloo, na na na. Vindaloo, na na na.
Yeah, that would be a great name for a cat, for you.
Did you actually write that rot?
I nicked it. You see, we did that, and then we did a version of Jerusalem with a 200-piece orchestra.
The WI do it so well.
And nobody wanted to know about that.
I'm not surprised. This is
The WI do it so well. Is that a bumper sticker?
Well, we've just been watching the England football team.
We're going to score
Who
one more
failed-
than you.
Who failed to
Just doesn't
qualify.
happen, though, does it?
Go on, off your pop.
It's no good looking at me.
I think it has the desired effect.
Yeah, that's gone.
I don't think I should return to this programme. Reporting on the match, the Daily Mirror interviewed one delighted Croatia fan. McLaren proved himself a complete idiot. I could have done a better job, said Dario Slovak, aged 35. Well, let's be honest, I could have done a better job, said Anne Widdecombe, aged 60. Sacked
not,
England
stop
boss...
it. You look fabulous.
What sort of team talk would you give to a room full of half-naked men?
I would never be in a room full of half-naked men.
Well, England manager.
What
They'd
sort of-
all be naked, Anne?
Would you wait outside until you got a tip-off?
Order.
4 T's, I thought we said it earlier.
Time for the odd one out round. Just one between you this week. Your 4 are Betty Stove, Alex James, the Aga Khan, and Portsmouth defender Linvoy Primus.
Come on, Alex. You're in
Betty
it.
Stove, she was a Dutch tennis player, wasn't she? Sorry, who was the guy who's the third one?
The Aga Khan.
He made a fortune out of them ovens, didn't he?
Is it Argos?
You're getting close.
Getting warmer, you could have said there. That would have been funny, but God forbid that might happen.
You're getting close.
It's Argas then. So Betty Stove, her name is Stove. So Aga Khan, his name is Aga. Alex is
Yes.
is there a blur cooker? Probably isn't. Is
Great
there?
idea.
Great idea. And who was the last guy, the Portsmouth player? What was his name?
Linvoy Primus.
Linvoy Primus. Well, of course, Alex is the other one out, 'cause everybody else's name is an oven.
Well done.
Is that it?
Yes. Indeed, they all do share their name with a cooker, apart from Alex James. But you do, I think, adverts for Argas.
This seems to be news to you.
Do you?
I had my photograph taken with one, yes.
Yeah. They're great, aren't they?
Argas are wonderful
Yeah.
things.
Very good.
I've never felt more middle class.
The Aga Khan, Prince Karim al-Husseini, Imam of the Shia Imami Ismaili Muslims, was quite obviously born in Switzerland. Sadly, his mother died from exhaustion after sewing his name tags into his sports kit. OK, now it's time for the missing words round, which this week features guest publication I Love Cats. Is all
I
right?
subscribe to a very similarly named publication.
I won't ask you to spell it out.
It's called I Adore Cats.
And we start with Sweet Lips, Drunkard and Droner, what?
Lib Dem contest heats up.
I think you need to go back in time a little.
We're owned by Shakespeare.
Come forward a bit.
We're owned by Shakespeare.
Musical.
George Bernard Shaw.
No,
Noel
but
Coward.
George Washington's
George
cats.
Washington.
Next, huge what nearly kills a man?
Oh, huge thing. Example of lazy journalism.
Scorpion.
Scorpion.
Not a scorpion, no.
Is it mortgage?
No.
Fridge?
No.
Auger?
of something...
Microwave?
You keep quiet, because I know how your mind works. Think of something a man... think of something a man does. No.
Oh, no, you didn't say a word!
No.
Haircut. Huge haircut. Brushed under a Marcel wave.
No. When the host just carries on this programme,
Yeah.
what do you do?
Put them down.
No, what else do you do?
Interrupt.
What else do you do?
Yawn. Sulk.
Yeah, yes.
Huge yawn.
A huge yawn nearly kills a man.
We were close with prawn, though, weren't we?
30-year-old Ben...
What are you looking up there for? Is that where God lives?
Yes. Next, the Vienna Vegetable Orchestra what?
They're
That's
looking
not
for
the
a
answer.
tuba.
You're on the right lines. What might they know?
Music.
Well, if they're an orchestra, I expect they do, yes. What else might they know?
Do, don't you? You might be a bag puss, do you know
Come on,
that?
come on.
That's very personal.
Play by pair.
They know their onions.
When
This
they
is-
broke up, I cried.
Unfortunately, you've just taken my joke.
You've been given jokes?
Yes. All evening. All evening.
Does the conductor at the end of the show say, aye, aye, that's your lots?
Have you ever heard of
I'm an orchestra.
Yeah. So the final scores are Ian and Jimmy 5, Paul and Alex 8.
Well done.
On which vote we say thank you to
Which
our
no?
panellists, Ian Bristol and Jimmy Carr, Paul Merton and Alex James. And I leave you with news that...
No, we get a clap.
Yeah.
Particularly Alex, because he was in a really big band. You can't just say, and we leave you.
Yes, but you
Alex James.
You could have waited. Well,
I've
you
actually
can't
heard
sing-
of him.
You
Just...
can't single out one person.
Oh, I
for a
can.
clap. Oh, no, you can't.
Oh, I can.
Better all have a clap.
Oh, yes, I
now,
can.
haven't you?
Oh, yes, I can. Oh, yes, I can. Oh, yes,
Do I want the clap
You
from
want a
you,
clap?
Anne?
No. No. And I leave you with news that, in Gloucester, despite record flood levels, it's business as usual at the Tewkesbury branch of All Bar One.
That's not accurate, there isn't a fight.
With Christmas coming up, Madonna's personal shopper lines up a selection of possible gifts. And at the BBC, there's a mixed reaction to the suggestion that Anthea Turner should start presenting Newsnight. Good night.
More comedy with Omid Jalili over on BBC One now. Brand new to BBC Two, a thrilling drama set in the shadowy world of Cold War espionage. The Company next. And over on BBC Three, Morgan Freeman and Christian Slater star in Hard Rain.